5:05, Tuesday, June 15th, and the weather is frightful. It's 96 degrees outside. Oh no, 97. Yeah, it's not so bad though. It's breezy-ish here. Hello, my strong friends. My name's Meg Squats. Today we're going to train. I'm doing a workout video. If you haven't noticed by the thumbnail or my current state, I am bulking, baby. 37 and 5 days. So pregnant. I'm pregnant.
You're a future
Mama, isn't that so cute? I had a little brunch with my mom and bonus mom and sister-in-laws, and they got me this. How sweet. So yeah, I'm super pregnant. So I'm in the final mesocycle of my prenatal program. If you guys are new here, my name's Meg. I make videos about strength training. I'm a strength coach, and also I have a few prenatal training certifications. I've done a lot of research in my time being pregnant, and just have found the entire process of training while pregnant fascinating. If you saw the thumbnail and are concerned about safety of training and strength training and doing the kind of stuff that I'll be doing in this video, please check out my other videos that talk about why strength training is beneficial. I'll also put some guides that I've created on Instagram right here just so that you have some information. Remember, it doesn't matter what I think about training while pregnant or what you think about training while pregnant and other people training while pregnant. What matters is what the experts agree upon. And exercise is good for pregnant people, and that includes strength training. Of course, that's considering you don't have any contraindications that make exercise something that you specifically should not do. It's fascinating to learn about, but yeah, I'm gonna train. You'll notice my workout today will have some similarities to things that I always do and always have done. I'm still gonna squat today. I'm gonna add some weight. I'm gonna put some weight on the bar, obviously, and then I'm gonna see how I feel. But also there are gonna be some differences to my regular training. I already warmed up, so I'm just gonna go straight into training. I do have a particular warm-up that is new to my repertoire now, so if you wanna see a specific prenatal training warm-up, please let me know, because that is probably the most interesting part of training while pregnant.
Wait, hold on. Your what?
Repertoire.
One more time?
Repertoire.
Give me it.
Repertoire.
Okay.
Is that how you say it? Repertoire. Anyway, let's train. Let's squat so I can turn on the fan again. Subscribe. Check out my prenatal program if you're interested in it.
Didn't tell him to smash the
like button. Squat down on the like button, bro. Okay, let's squat. Okay, so here's my workout so that you guys can see it written out in front of you. In the 3rd trimester, I've been adjusting from body split in like 1st and 2nd trimester to 3rd trimester full body workouts. That's just considering I'm gonna feel a little worse in the 3rd trimester. Although I felt really great, but it's just kind of considering you might miss a few of your sessions that week. I'm training 4 days a week. Today, I have squats. I'm giving myself a range. I try to stick around a 7.5 RPE, and I'll actually show you. So my best squat is a 308-pound squat. So I will show you what percentage of that I'm lifting today. It is very low. I keep the rep ranges pretty high to kind of force a lower overall load. And really, I'm focused on managing my intra-abdominal pressure all throughout pregnancy. That's probably the biggest thing, and adjusting intensity. So then I'm moving on to a full body workout, RDLs. I have a seated hip abduction, some overhead tricep extensions. Then I'm gonna work into some assisted work. So today I'm gonna do, this is new to this actual last mesocycle, assisted bodyweight squat holds. I'm just gonna hold in the bottom of the squat. That's kind of preparing for labor exercises, which is exciting. Just preparing to push and like keeping my mobility, getting ready to like maybe squat down and push a baby out. Then we're ending with band pull aparts and Paloff Press. I add core work into every single workout. That's what the Paloff Press is here for. The only difference in pregnancy is we're usually not doing crunching movements. We're not training our rectus abdominis because those are stretching out. We're thinking about the other ways to train the core, and today it's working our anti-rotational strength with the Paloff Press. So yeah, pretty straightforward workout, very similar to stuff that I would normally do, just making intensity and pressure management adjustments as we go. Okay, so this is only, how much weight is this?
50 or 110.
This is 50 kilos. So I'm still warming up. I've been honestly maintaining sets of 8 to 12 around 70 kilos. So we'll see how heavy I go today. It really just depends on how I feel on that particular day. And it doesn't matter how my muscles feel anymore. It matters how my pelvic floor feels, which is super exciting. You don't have to.
I was like, should I zoom in? What do you want? You did a big gesture. I don't know.
That's one thing you want to always consider. Your muscles during pregnancy are going to be able to lift just as much as they could have prior to you getting pregnant. That part of you doesn't change. But now you have a pelvic floor that's essentially just taking a beating. So you don't want to add any more stress to the pelvic floor. That's why you see me breathing throughout my sets. I'm no longer using the Valsalva maneuver. I'm no longer using a belt. I don't want to increase intra-abdominal pressure, even though anytime I move or exercise, I'm already increasing intra-abdominal pressure a little bit. I don't want to do anything to increase it further. So I want to avoid those spikes in IAP. I have a whole series on breathing if you want to check that out. But if you're strength training, that's probably the most weird thing to kind of get used to, is that new pressure management strategy. Other things that I'm doing is I am squatting to a box. I'm not doing box squats. I'll show you the difference. So what I'm doing here is I'm using the box to avoid rebounding and to kind of control my range of motion. So I'm squatting here and coming straight back up. Now a box squat, maybe you've seen like Mark Bell do these. A box squat would be me sitting back and then coming back up. It's a different exercise. I'm just modifying my range of motion to avoid bouncing out of the hole. That's a comfort thing. You don't have to do that. But for me, that's a comfort thing because I didn't like bouncing out of the hole with my belly getting bigger and bouncing off my thighs. I've been doing that probably the entire pregnancy just because it felt better and I liked it. So there's some strength modifications that I've suggested that you can kind of take or leave. A lot of them are not necessary except for your pressure management strategy. Easy.
What?
Weehaw.
Weehaw?
I guess I'll add one more anecdote. So the typical advice that you hear all the time is don't start anything new, just keep doing what you're doing. It's kind of vague, it's kind of confusing for so many reasons. But you can start strength training. My recommendation though would be to see someone in person who can help you learn the movements while you're a beginner and pregnant. The biggest thing that I would be concerned with would be safety. So, you know, kind of embarking on something that's pretty, not serious, anyone can do it, but something that you want to proceed with caution. I've been lifting for almost 8 years now, so sometimes maybe when people see my videos or see a pregnant lady who's squatting with barbells, you might think, oh, how safe is that? So you have to really, truly consider the lifter, how long they've been doing it, how good they are at it, are they efficient? You know, not everyone is the same. So you can begin to strength train. I wouldn't recommend starting with barbell training, but maybe introducing some kettlebells and dumbbells with the guidance of a personal trainer who can help you is totally on the table if you're brand new to lifting.
What was that weight?
This was 60, 70. So I lied earlier. I said that I've only been squatting like 60 or 70. I think my baseline weight has been like 80. Is that 176 pounds?
Correct.
Yeah, so I squatted 200 a handful of times, 100 kilos a handful of times, but I will say I feel much better in the deadlift. I just feel more confident in the deadlift.
200's like 90,
yeah.
90 and change, so.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm feeling good so far, but again, just keeping my pelvic floor in mind.
Your number one prenatal client just walked in.
I do have someone running the program with me. So I'm doing the rest of my sets at 80 kilos, which is 176 pounds. And for reference, my best ever 1 rep max is 308. Like I mentioned, that's 140 kilos. And my best ever set of 8 is, Ryan?
I think you've done 10 at 250, which is like 113 kilos, and I know you've done like 6 at 275. So
right. So I'm still doing a percentage for 8s, like a pretty. I mean, it's still
over
pretty
70%
strong.
of your best 8
Yeah.
rep max, probably.
But I'm at like 70% of my best ever set of 8
Yeah.
at my strongest. So.
Not nothing, but also not killing yourself.
Not nothing, but if I weren't pregnant, this would be a warm-up, and I'd be going a lot heavier. So.
And your best ever 8 was probably belted and in a prep,
Exactly.
and you know, so there's all sorts of considerations. It's still pretty serious weight.
Okay, let's lift it.
Let's see it. Come on, Meg. Good job, Meg.
Hey, yeah.
Nice work.
I'm doing dumbbell RDLs, but my stance is wide. That's just to make room for my belly, so I'm not crashing into my thighs. So it says dumbbell RDL. Usually they end up being sumo RDLs, and a lot of my deadlift pulls are sumo stance.
Come on, Emmerich. 1. Good job. 2. Let's go. 3. Come on, Ethan. 4.
Yeah, come on, I'm squatting right here with you.
5. Push. Find your chin.
Yep, you got it. That's better.
Finish strong here.
Yep, hips through. You got it.
Push. That was awesome, bud.
Nice.
Good work.
So there's conflicting opinions of the overhead press and the overhead position while pregnant. Some people have said that lifting things overhead may cause the umbilical cord to wrap around the baby's neck.
Putting your hands above your head absolutely does not increase the risk that the umbilical cord will be wrapped around the baby's neck. This is called nuchal cord. And actually about 1 in 4 to 1 in 5 babies, maybe even more than that, are born with a nuchal cord. And most of the time, it doesn't cause any problems. The umbilical cord has 2 arteries and a vein in it, but they are surrounded by really thick stuff called Wharton's jelly. And the purpose of that is to keep the umbilical cord from compressing and cutting off that blood supply. So most of the time, unless there is a really tight knot or it's wrapped so tightly that that can actually compress, or there's a problem with the cord and it doesn't have enough Wharton's jelly, most of the time it's not going to cause problems.
Overhead movements, however, tend to cause the lifter to extend in their low back and further and stretch out the linea alba, which you do want to avoid. So anytime, well, I'm trying to focus on keeping my hips stacked under the pelvis, kind of squeezing my glutes a little bit, ribs slightly down, I'm not extending in my low back with anything overhead. That's the only thing recommendation I would make. And the only other reason why I would extrapolate, or why I would see why some people would say avoid overhead movements, to kind of avoid stretching this out, because you don't really want to stretch that out any further.
So your folks still stacked neutral.
Yeah, you always want to maintain good form. And in the overhead press, we're not doing that today, but in the overhead press, when you're not pregnant, you might cheat a little bit. You might cheat a little bit to go a little heavier. Avoid doing that in pregnancy is what I would recommend.
Yeah, you would never.
I would never cheat. Okay, next we're doing deep squat holds. So it just looks like this. Pretty straightforward, so I won't make you guys watch me do that for 20 seconds. But the TRX is a great tool and something that you could use at home, mostly because sometimes during pregnancy you might feel like you need extra support for certain movement. Let's say you're not quite barbell squatting, but you're wanting to get some squat movements in, but it's not feeling the best. You may want to use something like a TRX just so that you have a little bit of upper body support and you could do your squats like so. That's totally an appropriate substitution. Or for single leg movements for lunges, it might make even more sense. That's one that I really like. You may find that you need something like this, or even weighted movements or single leg movements. You might use an upright just to hang on to so that you're a little more supported. Your center of gravity is going to be off. Trust me, I know, because I had an accident, not in the gym, not in a controlled environment, but while I was gardening, I sprained my ankle while pregnant. And I'm sure that's not something, pretty sure that's something that wouldn't have happened if I didn't have an extra however many pounds right here in front of me. So yeah, always keep in mind, if ever you need to modify to hold on to something, then definitely do that. That will be helpful. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. That's it for my workout. Hopefully you learned something new. Feel free to share this with your friends who are pregnant or not pregnant, I don't know. Check out our prenatal program that we just launched, +1. We have a prenatal option and postpartum option. Check it out, it'll be the first link down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Well,
will we?
She
might.
could come any day now, so this might be the last time you see me pregnant. We'll see. We'll see how long I can.
We got nothing else going on next week. I don't know. Maybe
I'm just like ready to. Not that I'm ready to have her. I like being pregnant, but
you're ready to
I'm
meet
ready
her.
to meet my little babe. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.